Hey, this is Judd from Gensyn, and today we are going to be kicking off a short series of videos covering Delphi, what it is, why it exists, how to place trades and sell positions in different markets, what creating markets looks like from a creator's perspective, different types of markets, so non-verifiable and verifiable markets, and where some of Gensyn's other primitives like the reproducible execution environment come into those things. So this is Delphi. It's an AI settled information market that's built on top of the Gensyn network and utilizes a few of the different Gensyn primitives. Anyone can create a market on any topic and allow others to buy and sell positions in that market based on all of the different possible outcomes. Once markets start attracting traders, you'll see the liquidity and the volume, the trading volume flow and update as users place trades. And each market's odds shift in real time as participants decide what outcome they think is the most likely. What makes Delphi different is how every market gets resolved. There are two types of markets. There are verifiable markets and non-verifiable markets. So non-verifiable markets are settled using a large language model that's a frontier model. This could be Claude or Gemini or a model from OpenAI, for example, or verifiable markets, where a local model, an open source model, is run through the reproducible execution environment, also known as RE. And what RE does is take the settlement prompt and any of the data sources that are used to settle the market, and it computes the result according to whatever outcomes there are listed for that market. So this could be yes, no, 85 degrees, or the Lakers win the game, or whatever the possible outcomes are for that market. RE also produces a receipt alongside the model's output, which if someone else has that receipt, they can verify the validity of that outcome by rerunning the entire inference loop on their own machine to guarantee bitwise identical results. So in the context of Delphi markets, specifically verifiable markets, if a creator settles a market, someone else can take that receipt, rerun it on their machine, and verify that the outcome provided by the market's creator was actually correct. So when you first land on Delphi, you're immediately going to see a lot of different markets in different categories right on the homepage. Each one of the market cards shows the market's question, the address of the creator, the category that the market is in, the current market sentiment, and then the liquidity and the closing date of that market. You can also come to the top left here and then filter by category so you can quickly see what type of markets you are more interested in. So now let's take a quick look at one of these markets. So if I click this one right here, we'll see the trading fee, the liquidity, the volume that's been in the market, when the market was created and when it closes, as well as when the market is settled by. We will also see the place a trade modal, which lets us purchase outcomes or sell outcomes. For this market right here, there are only two outcomes priced at 93 cents a share and 37 cents per share, respectively, for the yes and no outcomes. But there may be markets where there are 5, 6, even 10, up to 20 outcomes. Scrolling down here, we'll see the AI settlement section, which shows which model is going to be settling that market. We can expand the settlement prompt and look at which data sources are going to be used, the settlement rules, and then the available valid outcomes, which will always match the outcomes listed that you can place trades for. You can also look at the market sentiment chart to see how sentiment has evolved over time. So, for example, on the 17th of May, 71.6% yes, 28.4% no, and then we can see that this has shifted throughout the last few days until eventually we are landing at 86.6% yes, and then 13.4% no. If you have positions in a market, you will also see your positions section underneath the market sentiment chart. To get started, we're first going to connect a wallet. So I'm going to hit sign in up here, and then I have a few different options available to me. So I can either create a new wallet with a standalone email, I can connect my Google account and have a wallet associated with that, or I can click continue with a wallet, which will let you use any of 598 different wallets. So I've just signed in. What I did was I selected the Google authentication option, and I logged in and created a new wallet automatically with my Google account. Once you're signed in, you will see your wallet address here. You'll see the current balance of your wallet. Then you'll also see a create market button. Once you've signed in, you will see in this top right corner your wallet address. That also opens up a drop down where you can sign out or view the Gensyn Blockchain Explorer. You can also add USDC or send USDC. You'll see your wallet balance right here. And then right now, whitelisted creators are the only ones that can create markets. So this button will be grayed out. So if I head back over to this modal for a second and I click add USDC, I will be able to either purchase USDC with a card or a bank account, or I can move funds from a different network. Keep in mind though that if you do this, the second route, you will need a small amount of Ethereum for gas fees and other transactions. All right, now that I have funded my wallet, which you can see right here, we can take a look at some other aspects of Delphi before we get into placing trades and understanding markets in the next video. Heading back to the homepage, you'll see that we have activity. And activity will show your open positions. It'll show you what positions are claimable for settled markets. It'll show your trade history, any markets which you have created yourself, and it'll also show you any refunds that you have available to claim. Lastly, up top, you'll see how much USDC you've traded lifetime, you'll see your win rate, and you'll see the number of markets you've created. And now that we have a basic understanding of Delphi, the markets page, the activity page, the next natural step would be to actually go through and place some trades, sell some positions, and try to look at the different pieces of information that are available to us on a given markets page. So stay tuned for the next video. Thanks.